We're going to do some introduction to calculus. I assume that you have taken precalculus before this course. So you're going to go from pre-calc to calculus. It's a big change. Okay, I give you 3 examples to help you to understand what we're going to do in this course in precalculus. The first one, speed. Let's see, you're driving from Washington, D.C. to New York. From D.C. to New York, okay? And the distance is 250 miles. You spend 4 hours driving from D.C. to New York. All right, now if I ask you, what is the average speed in this trip? Do you know how to do that? You have learned this. Speed is the distance you traveled divided by the time period you spent. So in this case, it's going to be 250 miles over 4 hours. And that would be 62.5 miles per hour. That's your average speed. This is what you learned in maybe, I don't know, elementary school or middle school or high school. So it's definitely before our time. Now, if I ask you, what is this moment? At this moment, what is your speed? That's one point in this trip, that particular point. Do you know the speed? You probably know because you can read, because when you drive, you can see the speed. It shows how fast you're driving, right? Or the police, if the police stopped you, then the police said, okay, you're driving like 85 over 55, so you're speeding. Now, how did he or how can you find the speed at that particular moment, this exact moment? The problem is, in that moment, the distance and the time both are very, very close to 0, isn't it? Because that at particular moment, so the time is really about 0. And the distance you traveled in that moment, of course, is 0. So therefore, how can you find that speed at the moment? Then we need to plus a concept called limit. All right? So this is what we're going to learn in this course. Let me give you the second example. For example, you have a vase. Just try to make it very irregular. Okay, it's a vase. Can you find the volume of this vase? It's a good question, right? Okay, I'll tell you a little trick. If you want really to do this, you'll fill it up with water, and then you'll pour the water into a measure. There's like a measure cup. It has like, it shows the line, so you know how much is the volume. So that's one way to find it. But how do you find it out mathematically, okay, or in a calculus way? We know this. We know how to calculate the volume of this box. If I know the length, I know the width, I know the height. And that volume for this box is length multiplied by width multiplied by height. That's it, right? What about a ball? It's not a circle, it's a ball. Okay. It's a ball. All right, now this volume, as long as you know the radius, the volume of the ball is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. That's the formula. So you have a formula, so you can calculate the volume of the ball once you know the radius, because pi is a constant. Pi is a number. Pi is a 3.14159, and so on. So it's a irrational number. All right. Now this, in order to find something looks like this, that's what we're going to learn in this course. All right, now I give you the third example. This is going to be the last example. And here, if after I draw that, I think you know what I'm going to say. It's a front leg, and this is the right leg. You know what's that, huh? I'm going to move this up a little bit. And also, it's a tortoise. So they're going to have a race. Come on, this is a very, very good story, huh? There's a race between the hare and the tortoise. Let's say this is 200 yards. I just made this up. Okay, this is also 200 yards. Who's going to be the winner? You will. All right, now let's see. When they start at the same time, ready, set, go. And this hare finished 200 yards. And this guy only finished 2 yards. Let's say that's the reality. That's what happened. Actually, even when this hare finished 200 yards, it's going to be in very, very short time period. And I don't think this tortoise can finish 2 yards, but we just assume that's 2 yards. Okay. So after the race, and Mr. Hare, he's a really nice guy, so he came back, talked to the tortoise, said, okay, I noticed that you're not that fast, but how about this? I will let you to start in the middle. So forget about this. You just go here, or I carry you to this place, and then I'm going to start here, you're going to start here. So let's have a race again. Who is going to win? Again, so when this hare finished 200 yards, this tortoise finished 2 yards. So this tortoise is going to start from this 100. This is 100 yards, right? So he's going to start at this 100 yard, the sign, and then he's going to finish at 102. Again, Mr. Hare is the winner. But let me put it this way. See, I assume that the hare runs 100 times faster. Okay, the hare's speed is 100 times of that tortoise's speed. So that's why when Mr. Hare runs 200 yards, Mr. Tortoise only runs 2 yards, right? Okay, now let's do that this way. When this hare start from here, and the tortoise start from here, and then when the hare finished the first 100 yards, where is Mr. Tortoise? 100 yards, then the tortoise is here. So when the hare go from 0 to 100, tortoise goes from 100 to 101, isn't it? 100 yards to 101. Good? All right. So when the tortoise is here, the hare is here. And when the hare goes another yard, 101, that's exactly where the tortoise was, okay? So if the hare goes from 100 to 101, what about the hare? What about the tortoise? The tortoise is going to go 101.01. Because for this extra 1 yard, this tortoise only traveled 0.01 yard. Okay, now keep going. And when this hare goes to this point, 101.01, and the tortoise will be at 101.0101. Did you notice something? every time when the hare goes to where the tortoise was, then the tortoise already make a little bit of progress. So the hare goes from here to the middle, and he goes a little bit further. And when the hare go to that place, and this tortoise goes a little bit further. So what happened if this process continued, if that goes to 101.0101, and Mr. Tortoise will be at 101.010101. What can you tell? It seems like the hare will never ever catch up. Because every time when he think he catched up, he went to the previous spot. The turtle already make progress. I don't care how little it is, right? It's tiny little progress. So if you think this way, then he is going to be the winner. Is that true? Of course not, because we know in reality the hare is still the winner. So what's going on here? We're going to find it out after you learn my calculus class. So welcome to the calculus class, and hopefully you're going to enjoy this introduction part, and then go to the next, we're going to deal with the real business. Okay, good luck.